Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we have a pet bike trailer. Yes, you can add it to a bike and pull it, or it's got a third wheel which allows you with a handle to push it as a stroller or jog with your pet in it. This is the user manual for it, and it'd be a good idea to read through it and get familiar with some of the information. So let's get started looking at what we get. Right here is the center wheel, or the front wheel, that swivels. You get the handle supports, and this is the handle if you're going to do a stroller activity. So this and this go together. If you're going to use it as a trailer, then you don't use these parts and you just use this. This is the trailer hitch right here that mounts onto the wheel nut on the back wheel, and we'll talk about that later. Brakes for the wheel, so that when you're parked and it's on an incline, this will keep your pet from rolling away. So it's very important. You get some tools, you get some reflectors for front and back, you get two of the wheels, and you get this little flag which is going to go on the back, which is going to reach up and kind of mark you going down the bike path. And this is the folded up bike trailer. And so we're going to assemble this. Now, this is orientated in the folded position, which you would transport it with the back of the trailer here. The wheels right here are going to go on either side of here, and that is the front side, just so you can see. Now, this is one side that's folded down, and so it's the first thing you bring up. Like this. You have to lift up on this, pull this out like that. This part is unzipped. There's two covers. One is a mesh and one is a clear, like if it were raining or something for the pet. Okay, when it's open like this, there's a support that's taken loose until you want to put it up. You need to flip this over, and then right here is an area that you can see that this goes into. I'm trying to get it so you can see. And then you push that in. But see, I have to hold it like that, and then take this pin and stick it into the hole right here, and you can move it to line it up. Now this part right here is going to clip over the back side, and you can tell, see, it's sticking up there and there. That's held in place. That's what's going to hold this rigid right there. There's also some tie downs to clip this to your dog to keep him from moving around. It's like a safety belt, and there's other clips right here. And now, with that said, we will go to the next step of putting the rear wheels on. Now, this is the option we'll do later. If you're going to use it as a stroller, this is where the front wheel will go. We'll start over here. Now, so you can see, I'm going to turn this over. And right here, this is stored like this. You just pull this out, and right here is the nut that's going to hold the wheel on, and there's some washers here, and there's a hole there that's going to line up with this hole, and that's a stop. So you line this hole up like that, go down and push, and then you take the slid down this way. You will take this, stick it through there, and if it needs, just rock it around, and then over on the other side you clip that, and this secures that to keep it from losing right here. Now we're going to do the same with the other side, but before I do, Now I've had this loose before, so it made it easy, but you might have to use a wrench. It doesn't matter, you put this on there, making sure that those washers are all on there. And then you put this on, and you will take, I've got an adjustable wrench. If you've got the actual size for this, that's even better. And then you just tighten her up. There. Okay, now we'll move it to the other side and put this one on. The same thing, it's identical to the other side. Just pry those apart, stick this in there with the hole lined up, then take this, wiggle it until you can get it through there, and there you go. Okay, just like that. There you go. They should roll freely, and it doesn't take much. You don't have to grill them down. They won't come loose because of the compression nut. And you'll have 2 red ones in the back. It'd be a good idea to put these on so that you can be seen a little easier, especially when the sun's going down a little bit before you get home. All right, I'll step around here. On the back is a screw hole, and this is just to hold tension to keep it from sliding around. So you just put this in there like that. It's probably better like this because it's on the top. We're going to put it just like that. And you get this started in there. And I can actually just hold that and get her started, and then I'm just going to show putting just this one on and then go around and put the other one on. Then we'll move to the back, and it should keep on going. There. Now on the back, to get access in there, we got a zipper pouch that you can load the animal from the front or the back, and plus you have a little pouch right here to put your cell phone or anything else that you want to carry right there for you. Bottle of water. Okay, now I can reach both sides to put the screw in, and so now that's what I'm going to do. Okay, access from the back and from the front. Okay, these are the tire brakes, and there's one for either side, and they are left and right. Screws are already put in here. You feed them in from the other side, and there's an Allen tool provided right here that's gonna help tighten the screws. Okay, and you want it just like this, and I'm going to just screw it in hand tight. And this one. And get this tightened up. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. When I push this, see, it pushes in, and now you can't roll it. And then it rolls. So right there is the brake. This is where we put the tongue that's going to connect to the bicycle. So this is going to go onto the rear wheel hub. The nut is going to tighten it down there. You can pull this loose if you wanted to disconnect, a quick disconnect from the bike. This would stay on the bike always, and then you just connect to it and stick this in. So that's your quick connect for connecting to the bicycle when you want to use the pet trailer. All right, and this is a spring that allows it to flex as it's going around. And right here, this is a tether for safety. You put this around the frame of the bike and then hook it back in here, that if something fails here, you still have this as a backup. It's like the chains on a trailer. This is the way this works. is I push this in right here, and it's not round, it's kind of rectangular, and then you push on this at the same time until it snaps in. There, it's snapped in place, and there, that's my tongue for the trailer. Now we'll pull it on around so you can see it here a little better, and then this would mount to the bicycle. Another safety feature is they provide you with a flag, which you'll see a lot of little trailers like this have, and this is the way it goes. These two go together, and you got a little flag up here and a little red mark here, and right here is the sleeve for this. Kind of go over this way and it'll slide right in, and there you go. And zip this up if you don't need it. Open, and then you have this area right here, have the mesh zipped in like this, and the dog is inside and tethered with this. Let me do this. Okay, the dog is inside, and now they can get all the air going, passing through, and see out. And if you don't need this, then this would be where you could do this, roll this up like this, so that it's out of the way and stored. And then you take this right here and then put it around like this. There. Now it holds it in place. Ah, perfect. Okay, there we go. All right, next we will take this off, because when you use it as a stroller, you don't need this, because this is for use as a trailer only. The two are independent from each other. Okay, folks, I found out in the instructions that this that's secured here is to put into this location right here. There's a hole that goes through, and this is a backup so that this holds it in, but this will ensure that nothing can cause this to come apart. So it's a safety, and you push this through, and you might have to wiggle it a little bit. Goes all the way through. Then you take this and slide it right over like that. See? Go over and then just push on, and it'll snap right there. This one is harder to get off. You might need a tool. Now we need to take it loose, take this off, because we're going to make it into a stroller. And so I'm going to need this to kind of get up in here and pry just a little bit so that I can get this loose and pull it out. And then you can stick this back inside, and that's where it goes, this hole right here. And now, when I push on this, it will, right here, you can move this until it'll come out. Okay, now we're going to set up the stroller. Okay, the first thing I want to do to set it up as a stroller is, after I've removed the trailer tongue, I can use this, and right here is a hole, and it lines up there, and you get this also. This is something that you can tighten down to secure it. Bicycles have these on their seats in various places. So what you do is push this in there like that. It just lines right up. Then take this and line it up, and it'll go right in there. And then take your nut and just screw it down. On this side right here, we're screwing that down, holding that. And then you're going to have this out like this. And then when you get it to a certain point, it will tighten up. Right there. Whoop, back up just a little bit. You want to tighten this up. And look, there we go. All right, now on the back side, we're going to attach these supports for the handle right here, the push handle. And here are the supports, and they got the nuts on them. And we have to loosen these nuts. Now, if you don't have any wrenches, they did provide you with the necessary wrenches. This is for the wheel, and this is for this. Okay, so I'm going to take these loose, and I'll take them off on both. With this side up, with the hole up like that, put one in here, and here's your lock nuts. Just put it on until you feel the compression. And I'm getting them on here. And get her started. For the handle, they're locked. And you have a push button right here and here that you push this, and you can get it to come out on both sides, and then we can adjust it to different positions. You see it's got stops. Okay, they're straight. Let's go with that, and then we will adjust it. Now, once you're in this position, then you push down, push on this just to get it in there a little bit, and then this one, push it, and now, there. Now, if you want to adjust this, you can have it like this, there. If this is comfortable for you, and then you can pick it up if you have to go over curbs or what have you. This is ideal for my height, a taller person, and this is why you want to keep it in this plane so that you can put your fingers on here and adjust it. This would be for a taller person, but I wouldn't go up too much higher than that. See, if you go up about that high, but once you go over, it's hard to put your hands in there to push both at the same time. So you can put it down like this if that's for a smaller person. Very light, and it rolls very easy. Load the pet from the back, or you can load them from the front. And then you have the mesh, and if you want, you can pull the cover over if it's rain. And you have a raincoat. The dog has a shield also. And they can just... And there's plenty of air to go through on the sides, so that will keep them high and dry. Folks, I think this is going to be an ideal asset for your pet, for you both to enjoy an outing, pushing them along and them enjoying being with you. So I want to thank you for watching my video.